Like Carolyn said, my name is Jen Kelso. I am the Director of Youth Initiatives for Special Olympics Illinois. And when I was in college, I wanted to be a deaf education teacher. And so that's where I learned how to do sign language. And so I, by far, am not as good as I used to be in my signing and interpreting skills. However, my skills, I hope to say that they're still there. So what I thought is that we would go through just some basic signs, some of the sports signs I thought might be fun for everyone to learn. And then um, you guys can ask questions, and if I know, I'm happy to kind of share out. So when we're learning sign language, there's kind of five, like I would say, key things that you need to know. The first one is hand shape. What is the shape of your hand supposed to look like? The second is your palm orientation. Is your palm facing out? Is your palm facing in? Is it facing up? Is it facing down? And so that's something else. So hand shape, palm orientation, movement. Are we going forward? Are we going backwards? Are we going up? Are we going down? So that's the third thing you want to do. Fourth is location. And location is it close to your face? Is it up in the air? Is it down below? So location. And then the non-manual signs is the fifth thing. And that's mostly your facial expressions. So a lot of times you'll see somebody who is signing have a lot of facial expressions that will go along with what it is that you are learning to sign or what it is that they are signing. And so I made myself just a basic list of things so that we can just start. Would you guys just show of hands? Would you want to start with the alphabet and numbers, or would you rather start with just words? So let's say alphabet and numbers. Do we know the alphabet and numbers? So just words. Let me know if it's just words. Just words. Perfect. Okay. So I have down just a list of basic signs. I will just also add in before we start doing this, there are two things that I would suggest. If you are really looking to start to learn some of this stuff, there are so many YouTube videos on sign language and teaching sign language. You can Google anything on YouTube, or you can search anything. And a lot of times there's a video that's already created. There's some different parts, multi-part series of instruction that you can take. So that's something that is, if you're trying to improve your skills, you can watch. Also, I will tell you that on my phone, if you're at a practice or you're with somebody and you're trying to figure out how to communicate something to them or sign, there is an app, and I don't know if you're going to see it. It's called Hand Talk. And there's a little guy right there. And what he does is he will show you, you can type in a word and he will show you how to do the sign for that word or that phrase. So it's a free app and it's called Hand Talk, is what it is. And it's an orange hand is the picture of the app. And it is on Android and Apple. I would just suggest that if you're out and about and you're needing something, you can type it in real quick. They'll show you so that you can do it. There's also always writing things down and stuff like that. But as you're learning sign, it's fun to try to get what those signs might be. All right. So let's just go through what I consider to be like the top 40, like the top 40 hits of what you need to be able to have conversations. So the first one is hello, pretty easy. And it's just hello, and it's up in the air and it's from your head. Hello, hello. And it's usually a sharp movement, pretty easy. The next one is I or me. So it's, let me try to point my camera down just a little bit. You're pointing at yourself. I or me, pointing at yourself, and the movement is in towards yourself. The next thing is name. A lot of people will ask you, what's your name? And so name is two fingers and two fingers right there on top of each other. Name. Perfect. So you can say my name, and then you can spell it, whatever it is. My sign name, I've always had very long hair. Typically sign names are given to you from somebody who is deaf. And my sign name is with a J, because I have always, my whole life had long hair. So my sign name is Jen. So boy. So boy names or boy words are typically on the top of your head and girls are down by your face. So boy is like think of a baseball hat and then you're saying boy. And girl is you're going to take your thumb and you're going to drag it down the side of your face, girl. And the reason that it's like that is because girls used to wear bonnets and the strings used to come down like that. And so that's the sign for girl. So boy and girl. And just the same as you're doing that, you have father or dad. So it's your number 5, dad, up to the top where the boys are, and mom down to the side where your girls are. So right on your chin there. So dad, mom. And then brother and sister. So brother and sister is a boy who's the same as you. And this is the sign for same. It's 2 fingers straight together. I'm terrible at my camera, sorry. 2 fingers straight together. So a boy that's the same and a girl that's the same as your sister. So brother, sister. So it's just it's a lot already. Let's go boy, girl. Oh my goodness. Boy, girl. I did my dad and mom. Dad, mom, brother, sister. Because they may be telling you about their family, right? So that's important information to have. So yes and no. You can do a lot of questions with yes and no. So yes is just that your fist shaking it like this, yes. And no is actually this. It's 2 fingers and your thumb, and it's made from, this is N and this is O. So it's basically a quick N-O, 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 and why they say that's no. Help. That's also a good one to know. So help is if you're going to take your hand, your fist and your thumb, and you're going to take your other hand and you're going to help it up. So this is the sign for help. Please is another good one. So please is taking your flat hand, putting it against your chest, and saying please. That's please. And then we have, how about thank you? Thank you is from your chin out. So you want it to be, so I will tell you, you want it to be from the top of your chin, not from underneath, like the old Italians, that is actually not good. Thank you is on top of your chin and out. Thank you. And if you're very grateful, you can be like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, for if someone's doing something really fantastic for you. So you can do it with 2 hands, 1 hand, thank you. Want. So I want is you're going to take your hands and you're going to kind of want, like you're going to bring it towards you. I want. And then similarly as don't want, you don't want it. That's disgusting. I want nothing to do with that. So when someone puts sushi in front of me, I don't want. So want and don't want. What? It's like a question. You kind of shrug your shoulders and you're like, what? I see you, Beth. So there's kind of 2 different ways of there's American Sign Language, and then there's English like language sign language, where American Sign Language has more conceptual things where you kind of just you can kind of visualize things. When you're doing exact English translation sign language, you sign every single word, like the cat in the hat, right? And so if in American Sign Language, you'd be like, there's a hat right here, and the cat, he jumped in. So that's kind of the difference between the two, between American Sign Language and English Sign Language. So that's when you say what, that's what a lot of the Americans or the English Sign Language people will sign. But most people just be like, what do you want? What? Again, so someone's finger spelling like the Dickens and you can't keep up with them, you ask them to do it again. So it's just 1 hand kind of straight up and down, and your other hand kind of in a bent shape, and it's again. Eat. So you kind of make your fingers straight out long, and eat is once, and food is twice. So eat is in the mouth, goes in once, and food is twice. Milk is always a popular one, just because they like to sign it. Milk, it's like you're milking a cow. Milk. And then you always need a water break as a coach, right? So water is a W, water. And you guys know with your alphabet and your 3 that this is a W and this is a 3, right? So W has the W mark on it. But if you're doing the number 3, it's like this. Just point of reference. So water is right here, water. Just for wine is up here, just because that might come in handy someday for you.
And we did have a question. Are
Yep.
any of these signs specific to which hand you use?
No, there isn't. If you're left-handed and you do it with your left hand dominant, that's fine. If you're right-handed and you do it with your right hand dominant, that's fine. Someone might have a little bit of a harder time reading you if you're left-handed versus right-handed, but it should not matter which one, and you just use your dominant hand. All right. We did water. So go to. So you're going to go somewhere. You're going to go to them, or you're going to come towards you. So you're going to go, or you're going to come. You're just pointing like you're going, or you're pointing like you're coming towards yourself. Bathroom is always important. That is a T for toilet, and you just shake it. And when I see, Tom, I see you, your thumb goes in between your first and second finger like that. Yep, that's a T. So toilet, and you're shaking there. And people don't even say, I'm going to the bathroom. They just, you'll see this shake it up in the air like this if someone's just needs to run to the bathroom. Fine. It's your number 5, fine, right at your chest, fine. I'm fine. I'm good is from your chin to your hand. You're good. And your bad is the other way. You're bad, bad. If you like something, you're going to take your thumb and your middle finger and you're going to put it against your chest and you're going to pull it together. So you like something, like. And if you don't like it, you're going to like it and throw it away. It's yucky. So don't like, don't like, don't like. You're going to learn. So to learn something is you're taking the knowledge that's in front of you and you're bringing it to your head. So that's how you learn. And sign language. So sign, a lot of people will have 2 fingers that are kind of pointing together and you bring it in a circle towards you. Sign. And it's way less formal, I will tell you, in conversation than what we're doing right now. Sometimes they'll sign it 2 seconds and they're moved on to the next thing, and it's pretty hard to read, but sign is toward a circle towards you. Finish or all done. It's usually, if any kid that I've ever babysat before the age of 2 knows finish, all done, because I'll ask them, all done, finished? It's shaking your hands like in front of you, finished, all done. And you want to do it like that they're facing forward at them, because if you do it like this, that's clap. That's the same thing as an applause. If you're up here like this, it's clapping. So finish and all done is more flat forward in front of you, shaking. And then, just some quick little references to some names. So my name, and then you can spell it. We talked about that. Or how are you? How are you? How are you? Or nice to meet you. Nice. Think of 2 people to meet you. So nice to meet you. All right. So let's maybe review. That was a lot of signs in a really short period of time. So I'd like to review. So something like, I want a water. I want water. right? So remember you're pointing at yourself. I want water. But you don't, when you're playing basketball, you don't want milk, right? So I don't want milk. So I want water. I don't want milk. Right? That's a good sign to kind of have. Or so if I were to say, hi, how are you? Hi, hi, whichever way you do it. Hi, how are you? My name. And then you can, most people will spell it out. So if you want to spell it out. So my name, I have one brother. I don't know why I was saying two. I have one brother and one sister. So I have one brother and one sister. And so I usually will always say that I'm the oldest. Oldest, like you're grabbing onto your beard. I'm the oldest. That's something that you can add in there. I have to go to the bathroom. Or what can you do? You can just shake that tea, right?
How do you say Mountain Dew?
Mountain Dew?
It's very important.
Okay, so, I actually don't know the sign. I would say so the sign for soda pop is if you take your hand and you put your middle finger into it and it pops, like that's the sign for pop. And then you probably need to spell out Mountain Dew. So I would just put MTDEW. But the pop, I mean, you might be able to get away with it by just signing the sign for pop.
That's what Dawn does on Saturday. Now I know why she throws those three fingers up at me. She wants them because she always goes like this. And then she throw these three fingers up and I didn't know what it meant, but it's a W. So she wants a Mountain Dew.
Yep.
Got it.
Yeah, this is the sign for pop. So, and that's what my husband drinks. So you'd think I would know the sign. I would just say, but I would just go pop and then you can do do.
And do.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You guys want to go through some of the sport specific signs? I thought that might be helpful. Let me pull those up. I made myself a list. So if you're doing any kind of a sport, basically it's a sport. So a challenge or a sport, this is what it's called. This is what you do, is it's a sport. And so I tried to make a list of some of the sports that we do. So we do soccer. So think of like, this is the ball and this is your foot and you're kicking the ball. So that's soccer. We do football. So obviously soccer is football in most of the world, right? But so this is American football. American football is like this. Not that we do it, but just because my hands are like that, it reminds me, if you go down like this way, it's wrestling. So wrestling is down, but football is like this. Baseball is pretty easy. So baseball is you're going to just take your hands like you're swinging a bat. Baseball. Basketball is like you're holding a ball and you're flipping it. So basketball is like that. Basketball. Volleyball.
Is basketball toward you or away from you?
So you're pulling your thumbs towards you.
Okay, so back toward you.
Yep, pull your thumbs towards you. And it's just a quick flip of your wrist.
Okay.
Basketball. Volleyball can be done two ways. People will do it where they flick their fingers, or people will do it just like this for volleyball. I see it more so like this than the other way, but volleyball. Hockey. So hockey, we do floor hockey, which doesn't have its own specific sign. So think of the rink and the hockey stick, and it's hockey. Softball is the same as the sign for ball. And the sign for ball is this. And that's also what they'll do for softball. So you could, to clarify, you can say the softball, you know, like with you're hitting with the bat, softball, like with baseball. Or you can just do this. Or you can spell ball, B-A-L-L. So, but this is the sign for ball or softball. Tennis is just like a front hand and a backhand. Tennis. Skiing. So think of two skis going down a hill. So you're starting actually at your chest. I'm just lifting it up super high so you guys can see it. So skiing is going down the hill. And then ice skating is those same two skis just going back and forth. Like that. And then snowboarding is you have your snowboard and you're going down the hill. Snowboarding. We do dance. And so dance is like your two people's, like your legs, and they're just dancing on the floor. So that's a very important one to know for Friday nights of state games. So the dance. Swim is just you're swimming. Think of a little doggy paddle, not a full out freestyle, just a little doggy paddle as your swim. To run. So running is actually, you're going to make like an L and an L, and you're going to connect them together. And your front finger moves and your back finger moves. So this is run. It's one of my favorite signs. That and sea turtle. Just so you know what sea turtle is, that's sea turtle. Because that's my other favorite sign. But run, so you're running. Walking is just two hands. You're just walking. Walking away.
And most of these are done at your chest level?
Yep. Right around your chest level is always where you want to try to do it, because you want people to be able to see your facial expressions at the same time that they're watching your signs, because you will, as you sign more and more, your facial expressions will start to accompany it on a much more natural basis, and you want them to be able to see everything together. So walking.
Bowling sign, please.
Bowling. Bowling is like you're gonna just legit bowl. You're bowling. That one, like, there are some signs that will go low, and that one you can't lift your arm up above your head to be able to get the bowling ball out. So it's just bowling. Game. So think of your two components, game. But if it's like a challenge or a tournament, it's like a game, like a challenge. So it's just, if it's like little, it's just a game, or it's like a challenge. It's a tournament there. To win, is win, like you captured think of you captured it and you won. Now, if you lost, you're on the floor and you're face down. You lost. Like there's your legs face down on the floor. You lost. So you won or you lost. And that's by the score or the numbers. This is numbers or score. So if the numbers or the score were even, that's a tie. So that's a tie. So if the numbers were even, that's a tie. Or you won or you lost. You can practice. Practice is just your hand with your thumb out. Practice. You can be a part of a team, which is two T's, and you put them into a circle. Team. And you can join the team, or you can quit the team. So you can join the team, or you can quit the team. All of you guys are coaches. right? So coach, it's a C on the shoulder is coach. Other important people in a game are the ref or the umpire, the ref or the umpire. That's what how they will. And then a player is the sign for play, and then a person. You will learn that if someone is a chef, they're a cook person. Or if someone is a teacher, they're a teach person. If someone is a student, they're a learn person. So it's just person on the top of the activity is what makes them the person. So player, coach, umpire.
How do you do gymnastics?
No, that's a really good question. Hold on. Let me look. Give me a quick second. I don't know the sign for that, but I'm going to ask my little friend here to do gymnastics. See if he can open. He's not opening. I'm using all of my internet for the Zoom.
Jen, is there a sign for Special Olympics too? Do you know?
Yes, there is. I'll show you that one real quick. He's doing a thing with his hands for gymnastics. This is what he's doing, gymnastics.
Facing toward you?
Your fingers facing out.
Okay.
This is what he's doing for gymnastics. I do not know the sign for that. The sign for Olympics is your hands going in like this, like the rings are all connected for Olympics. And so special means like you're this special person. So Special Olympics. So Special Olympics. What else can I help with?
Golf.
Golf. So that's kind of a harder one. So you're supposed to go GOLF, the ball flies away. So GOL, it's supposed to do it in a sign. GOLF goes the ball, like it flies away.
What's an F?
Let's review the alphabet real quick, just so everyone's on the same page. Is that okay, guys? All right. So A is a hand. B, your thumb comes up in front of you. Your fingers are together. Yep. C, you're making the letter C. So C. And when I am signing them to you, like you should sign them to somebody else because that's how they're going to read it. So C. D, you'll see it likes the letter D on your hand there. So D. E is you're squinching in all of your fingers together, the top and the bottom. E. F is like the A-OK sign, F. Now G, you're going to tilt your palm to the side now, and you just have two fingers like this. Two fingers is G. H is just put one more finger out there. I is like your pinky straight up in the air. And J, you're just making the J. So I, J. K is one of the, K and P seem to be the two hardest letters for anybody to be able to make. So K is you're making a letter K. So your one finger is up and one finger is out with your thumb in the middle. So that's the letter K. And then when we get to it, P, you're doing the letter K just pointing down. So just so you kind of get the signature of it, but K. So JK, L is pretty easy. And remember your cursive now, because then M has 3 humps in your cursive. And then N has 2 humps. So M, N. O is like an O, an O. Remember this is the P, which is the K upside down. So do your K. and point it towards the floor. And that's the sign for P. Q is 2 fingers straight to the floor. R is we're just crossing our fingers. S is a fist with your thumb is on the outside. We did T because we learned potty, right? T. U, it looks like a U. V. W. X is like a little snake head out there, an X. A Y is in kind of the shape of a Y. And a Z, you just draw the letter Z.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll do them real quick. I like to do them real quick. Ready? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, 3 humps, N, 2 humps, O, L, M, N, O, P. I can remember my alphabet. P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. And then let's just count our numbers because it's easier to know the difference between the two, right? So 1, 2, 3. Remember, 3 is not the normal 3. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then once you start to get into the teens, you kind of flip backwards and it's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then you're going to make your 6, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. If you have them run more than 21 laps, you are a super mean coach. So I think we're good to 21. So 1 to 21. All right. How's everyone doing? What else can I help with?
We had a question, Jen. The best way to practice the alphabet is watch Wheel of Fortune.
It totally is the best way to practice the alphabet. And honestly, the best way to learn a sign for a song is to learn to a song. So pick your favorite song or and just start to learn the signs for that specific song, because then you're going to get comfortable with it. If you see me driving down the street and I'm at a stoplight, I will tell you I'm probably signing whatever song is on the radio. It's just a bad habit, I guess not a bad habit, but picking your favorite song gets you comfortable. You know the words to that song, right? And so that's a way to, and then it'll help you with your speed on being able to catch it up. So I learned a lot of sign language by learning my favorite songs. And then I would pick like The Devil Goes Down to Georgia, to try to quicken up my speed a little bit. Damien, you had a question?
Yeah. Volunteer.
Volunteer. That's a really good one. So it's like picking up your shirt. Volunteer, like it's kind of almost like voluntold sometimes, but volunteer is like you're volunteering. Like I'll do it. Me, pick me.
Right there.
Yep, just like that. Volunteer.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
Anything else that I can help anyone with? I didn't want to it's a lot to process. It's a lot to kind of absorb.
Left and right.
Left and right, just right and left. It's an R, right, an L, left, left.
Is more like bringing your like hands? Okay.
More. And then remember, all done. Those are the signs that every 2-year-old in my life knows. More.
Yeah, we're working on that with my 10-month-old. So
and
I
all done. Yep.
confirm that's accurate.
Apple still this?
Apple. Yep. Apple. We could do the colors real quick. Red for your lips. You can do it with an R or you can just do it with your finger. Red. Orange, like an O on your chin. Orange. Yellow is a Y you're shaking. Green is a G. Green. Blue is a B. Blue. Purple is the P. White is pulling it off your face. White. And black is a line across your forehead. Black. Brown is a B. I see Laura put, I cleared my chat finally. Morning, afternoon, and night. So morning is when the sun comes up. So the morning is when the sun comes up. Afternoon is when it's real high in the afternoon. And then nighttime is night. So morning, noon, and night. And a lot of times you can say like 9 o'clock in the morning. So 9 o'clock in the morning, or like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, or 9 o'clock at night, if you're telling them what time. What else can I help anybody with?
Bocce.
No, I would guess it's got to be close to bowling. Let's see if he knows bocce.
If I can remember these things, I'm going to try to talk to Dawn today. What was the name of that app again?
Hand talk.
Hand Talk. Okay.
Bocce. Bocce. Yeah, he's just spelling it. BOCCE.
Okay. Thank you.
What
Yep.
about great job?
Great job. So wonderful, fantastic, great work. Work is wrist on top of wrist, like this. That's work. Make sure they are both pointing straight down. Work. So wonderful, wonderful job, wonderful work. Wonderful, great. People will be like, great job. The same way that they'll be like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Those are the signs you see over and over again.
Welcome.
Welcome. So welcome is you're welcoming somebody in. Welcome. Welcome.
Opening ceremonies and closing.
Opening ceremonies. Let's see. How would I sign that? So I would say opening. So open. This is the sign for open and close. Open and close. And I would say ceremony is a celebration. So opening ceremonies or closing ceremonies is how I would do that.
We were in a restaurant the other day, and this whole table were hearing impaired as well as hearing impaired sign language. And it was really interesting to watch them as they got heated in their discussion. The facial expressions and their hand movements
Yep.
were so much different.
Even on a normal day, I will introduce myself and I'll say, I am Italian and I know sign language. And so please just beware that I need some extra space. Because I start to get animated and my hand movements start coming out. Some of it's Italian, some of it's like the signs start to happen. The happy birthday song, sure. Happy. So birthday, like from your chin down, birthday. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Judy or whoever it is. Happy birthday to you.
Medical attention.
Say that again, Damien.
Medical attention if the athlete gets hurt.
So you need help. You need
Yeah.
help. You're hurt. So you're hurt. This is the sign for hurt. And if you have a headache, you're like, oh, I have a headache, or my throat hurts, or my ear hurts, or you can put it down by your knee, down by your ankle. And so if somebody was asking you what hurts, you can ask them what hurts. And then they'll tell you here or here or here, whatever it might be. They'll kind of just do the hurt sign by where it hurts.
Thank you.
Or if you're trying to get someone to come over, you say you need help. Like,
You need help.
help.
Like
So remember, help is your hand is helping your other hand up. So help. All right. Well, I will stay on for a minute if any of you guys have anything. But other than that, thank you so much for jumping on. I would love for you to come because we are going to be in person before you even know it. So I would love for you to come introduce yourself to me in sign language at one of our next Special Olympics events.
Thanks, Jen. And everyone, I will try to figure out the best way to get this recording out to you. It might have to go through Google Drive or something. I'm assuming the file is going to be too big to send via email. So I'll play around with that and get that out to you hopefully by the end of the day today, so you have it.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic day.
Thank you very much.